are going to discuss about 51st session of export management, that is transfer pricing, dumping and price escalation. Now in the earlier session we have discussed about what is export pricing, objective behind fixing the export pricing and the benefit out of proper export pricing mechanism. Now what is the learning objective behind this transfer pricing, dumping and price escalation? The first thing is that to understand the concept of transfer pricing and dumping. Second thing is that to understand the basic elements of transfer pricing and dumping. And the third thing is that to know about the factor that will result into price escalation. And the session outcome will be students will have an idea about how transfer pricing mechanism operates in the foreign market, reason behind dumping the product and the ultimate impact on the market, and will understand why the organization will hike prices while exporting the goods. Now, the introduction to this concept. Now, to promote export and face competition in the international market, the most important factor to be considered is export pricing. It becomes important to the exporter to keep the prices down, keeping in mind all expenses and benefits. However, there is no fixed formula for successful export pricing. It may vary from one exporter to another exporter. Now, what is this transfer pricing? Now, let me tell you, transfer pricing is also known as intra-company pricing. Now, as the term itself indicates, it is not inter. Intra means within the same company, correct? So, transfer pricing means the pricing of the goods transferred from sales unit of one country to the sales unit of another country. So, the company is transferring its product from one sales unit which is there in India, for example, to the sales unit which is there in UK. So, at that time, what price is fixed, that is considered as transfer pricing. So, the basis for proper transfer pricing depends on how many factors, many factors like government regulation, market conditions, nature of subsidies, etc. Okay. Now, there are general objectives of transfer pricing. The main objective is to ensure parent company control. Usually, when the transfer takes place, at that time, whatever the price fixed between the linked institution, usually it happens between one branch to another or from the holding company to the subsidiary company. So, if it is done by the parent company to the subsidiary company, so to ensure that control, this transfer pricing mechanism is adopted. Next thing is that to maximize the profit. Next one is that to ensure management at product division as well as international division. Then, the common pricing strategies adopted are local manufacturing cost plus profit, sales at cost of efficient producers plus markup, sales at negotiated prices, etc. Those are the mechanism usually followed under transfer pricing. Okay. Then the next one is dumping, the most common aspect which you know. It is nothing but what? Selling the products in a foreign market at a price below the domestic market price, or it may be selling the products in the foreign market at a price below the cost of production. Now, why exporters will do that? Selling at a lesser price. There are mainly two objectives. One is company may dump the product to reduce the inventory holding cost. They may be having excess stock and they don't have any idea that how to sell this. So, in order to dispose that, they may dump it, or else as it is a form of price discrimination, the main objective may be to cause damage to the local producer in the foreign market. That may be the objective. Now there are different types of dumping. That first type is sporadic dumping. Now sporadic dumping is nothing but multinational companies sell out excess stock in foreign country. Their main interest is to liquidate the excess stock. So, if the dumping is done to liquidate the excess stock, then it is sporadic dumping. And the second one is predatory dumping, which is also known as intermittent dumping. Now, this is done where the products are sold at a lesser price to gain easy access in the foreign market, so that they can enter into the foreign market easily without any hurdle. This is a mechanism adopted. Then the next one is persistent dumping. So here goods are sold at a lower price to fight against global brand. Then the next one is reverse dumping. This is kind of not okay situation because Here what the exporter will do is that where the product is sold in the foreign market, it is sold at a higher price, and in the domestic market at a lower price. So where the product you are going to sell it at a higher price in the foreign market, and there is a price discrimination, but beneficial for the home country, not beneficial for the foreign country. So that is reverse dumping. And the last one is price escalation. What is escalation? Escalation is nothing but increase or hike in the price. What is this price escalation? It's a mechanism to increase the prices significantly by the exporter. Why he will increase? Because of certain uncontrollable factors. Because when we talk about international market, there are so many aspects you have to consider, like increase in the shipping cost, increase in tariff, exchange rate fluctuation, etc., etc. So that may be the reason. And or else it can be to prevent the loss due to the time gap between the time of acceptance of the offer and final execution of the order. Exporter will include price escalation cost in the contract. So that is about price escalation. And in conclusion, we can say that most of the multinational companies resort to transfer pricing technique to avoid more tax burden or to maximize profit. And dumping is usually done to cause damage to the market, the domestic market, or to get an easy entry to the foreign market. So it becomes essential for national government to be extra cautious about these aspects. Thank you.